timestamps below if you need to skip to the part that pertains to you. I'm going to start with the assembly. So what I've done first is I've taken two 2x4s. Each one is about 1.5 to 2 inches taller than the jack itself. I've overlaid them, and I've used a 5/8 inch drill bit to drill a hole through both of them. It doesn't have to be a paddle bit. That's what I'm using. If you have a helix style drill bit, that's fine too. Next, I've got a bolt. You want a bolt that is at least 7 inches long, 2 smaller washers, 2 bigger washers, the smaller ones on the outside, bigger ones on the inside here, and then you need a nut. I'm going to take both my boards, and I'm going to run the bolt with 1 washer big and 1 washer small on the outside of each board. I'm going to put it through this top loop of the farm jack, which I believe is only there for this reason personally. Why else would that be there? And then I'm going to run it through the other board. This part can kind of be a pain in the butt. Got it. Then I'm going to go big washer, small washer, nut. My particular nut here happens to be a 3/4 inch. I'm going to take a 3/4 inch socket and a crescent wrench that I'm going to open to about 3/4. And then I'm going to tighten this down from the back side with an impact. Not too crazy tight. Leave enough so it maybe has, when absolutely maxed out, it maybe still has 1 3/4 inches of space. Maybe a little less. Maybe like 1 inch. And there you have it. That's pretty much your basic assembly. You will occasionally need to tighten these, but after that, we can move on to post removal. As you can see, I've taken the camera wide angle here to try and capture all this. You can run a 3/8 inch log chain right to the heel like this and click it up as tight as you need. But the most intricate part of this next step is to double the chain around. You don't need to go 3 times, but you can't do it just once. You have to double it around to achieve the binding effect we need. Then take the main leader chain from the jack, put it on there, and pull it until it's not tight, but, you know, so you're avoiding extra clicks. Now, I'm going to lift the jack up, and I'm going to actuate this switch into the upward lift position. Once we've got our lift switch in the upward position, we're going to slowly start applying up force here. Now, this isn't a magic trick that immediately removes any post cleanly from the ground, but what it can do is help you. This can provide the static up force of maybe 10 men pulling straight up on the post, which allows you to articulate the post and kind of work it out with another post or a pry bar, whatever you need. Sometimes they'll come easy depending on the size of the footing. Sometimes they don't come so easy, so we'll see what we get here. This one looks like it's coming fairly easy. It's already broken the seal, starting to heave up out of the earth a little bit. In a perfect world, this comes up with all the concrete still on it in a cylinder. Maybe push the earth back down to make it a little cleaner aesthetically. We are coming up pretty nice. We're sleeving out of the ground pretty nicely. And if you guys think this tool and this process is dope, which it is, go ahead, like the video, consider subscribing to the channel, check out some of my older content. I got all kinds of good stuff. You can become a member too, which admittedly, I don't have any members only content, but it helps me out a ton. It's only about $10 a day, $3 per month. All right, y'all, we are about maxed out as far as how high up I can bring this before it starts hitting the leg. And we're out enough of the ground that I could grab that and yank it out of the way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the tension off and see how far down it sags. It shouldn't drop right away. It should wait until it has less than 100 pounds of load on it. Then it'll drop. Sorry if the wind gusts are playing up a little on the audio. Okay, so we've achieved enough of a resting point for the footing that we can lower it and tighten it up considerably. And that means that our 2 foot of travel here will continue lifting it rather than maxing it out where we were. So let's give it a go, just like we were earlier. Pull it up into the latch position and go ahead. And there y'all have it. There's your post with the footing attached still in good shape. Now you can backfill that, If you want to keep the hole cleaner to re-pour, you can do that too, or just clear out any of the loose, loamy soil with post hole diggers or your bare hand. But this post is ready to either get thrown away, heaven forbid, or if you're smart, you bust the concrete off with a sledge, throw it away, and reuse this post. Save yourself some bread. This one's in real good shape, no bends to it. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to put it in down mode and just release it until the post is literally laying on the ground. This is a big, heavy tool, so be safe. Watch your hands, watch your wrist, watch your fingers. So we'll just unhook one of the chains. I don't know if this is the choke chain or if this is the lead chain, but we'll take them both off. It doesn't matter. Okay, so the lead chain's off. Pull the choke chain through. Pull your jack out the way. Big, heavy, awkward thing. There's no two ways about that. And then, your hole, you can either put down grass seed and spread it around. I like to take some of the old fill dirt, which I have here off camera, and I like to pack that back in, maybe throw a little Texas Bermuda grass seed in there, just to help hold the dirt together. Stomp your hole some where the legs sat. That is how to assemble and use a post jack. The jack itself, if you get the smaller ones, can be about $80. This one's the slightly larger of the two, and it was about $109.99, about $110. Consider liking the video. Definitely subscribe to the channel. This isn't an old channel. I'm coming up on 1,000 subs. I'm almost there. Appreciate every one of you.